What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? What's good? Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Happy hump day. I hope y'all are having a great day today for the Marvel Disney Plus shows. Y'all thought I was going to come and grace y'all with my recaps, my reactions, my reviews for What If. I did like the first two episodes, but I don't know. I just wasn't enthused to come back and do any other episodes. But I'm here now. Of course, I have to do Killmonger with yeah. And so I'm laughing at these comments right here. And so I want to thank you all for being here. I really, really, really do appreciate it. I already like that we have 32 people watching right now, and we have 23 likes. As the song was coming in, we had like 15 likes and 12 people watching. So we have more likes than people in here. But as y'all are coming on into the room, please go ahead and give me the thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. And let me go ahead and just start shouting you guys out in the chat. Black Beach, and some of you guys were already here, but your comments went away. And so sorry if I'm not able to shout you guys out, but we got Black Beach in the building. Lamico, Cardenas, hey, how you doing? What's up, Dead Games? Finally caught alive. I'm glad you were able to. Welcome. Where is Larry at? Carbro, I'm excited for my future. I don't know. I sent him an invite, but I think he's taking the night off, and it is quite late. Hello, Buck Odie, Noel Gonzalez. Hey, how you doing? One Journey, what's good? Hey, how you doing? Let's make it count. Zia Latrice, hey, what's up? Steve Loyalist, D Stizzle in the building. We live. Yes, we are. Nary's 21. Oh, goodness, I'm nervous about this live, but let's go. LOL. I don't know why you're nervous. Why would you be nervous? Diva Minor, what's good? SJ Evans, what's up? Cutie Pie. Hey, Clay D. Derek 11. Daniel Rodriguez in the building. Y'all are coming in. And let me grab this super chat real quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and bring in my first guest of the show. Carbro, I'm excited for my future. $5 super chat. I'm excited for your future too. Yes! Zanir, true and right, ruler of Wakanda. Okay, and thank you so much for the super chat, Carbro. I do appreciate it. And let me go ahead and bring in my first guest to the show. Y'all know him as the king of anime, and that is Mr. OneTakeBigDog. How you doing, sir? How you doing?
What's going on? Can you hear me, V?
I can hear you. You're not as loud as you usually are, but I think we can make it work. You know what I'm saying? So how you doing, my man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I watched some good TV today, man. I'm feeling pretty good today.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. I'm just shouting out everybody in the chat. What's up, Karma? What's up, Miss McVeigh? Hey. IMAX. Hey, how y'all doing? So yeah, man. Could it be this good TV talking about is What If? Is that what you're talking about as far as the good TV, or are you talking about something else?
Oh no, this was definitely a part of my good TV today. Yeah.
Really. Okay. Well, I mean, if you're ready, sir, we can go ahead and get into it and dive deep into this episode. So, are you ready, OneTakeBigDog?
Let's get it.
Already. Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, I want to welcome you and thank you to the What If episode 6 live reaction breakdown with my boy OneTakeBigDog. We are going to dive into this episode up, down, left, right, in and out as if you've already seen it. Full spoilers. If you have not seen this episode, we strongly suggest you go watch it, because it may be good or bad. I'm not going to tell you what I think yet. Then come back for the replay for all this spoilery goodness. It's only 30 minutes long, if that, so we may still be on here real quick. If you go watch it and want to come back, you may get able to get the tail end of this live. If you love what me and OneTakeBigDog has to say, you can also follow us on social media. Our handles are up on the screen. There is a link to his information down in the description box below. And like always, you can head over to my channel tab and he will be right there, second row, far left. We are live right now on YouTube at Just My Opinion Reviews, Facebook.com/Just My Opinion Reviews. No, Facebook.com/Just My Opinion, Twitch at Just My Opinion Reviews. And yeah, go check all those boxes and give us all the likes and all that good stuff. So, OneTakeBigDog with 58 people watching. We got this episode right here talking about what if Killmonger rescued Tony Stark. Let us know, is it something you was looking forward to? Did it meet your expectations? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Just give us your general impressions of this episode. The floor is yours, sir. The floor is yours.
I actually didn't know. I knew there was going to be an episode focused on Killmonger. I just didn't know what all it was going to entail. But and like I didn't know it was this week until I think yesterday. So when I got up earlier and I watched What If and I saw this episode, I was thoroughly, I don't even want to say surprised. I just thoroughly enjoyed myself watching this because I'm on the side of Killmonger won in Black Panther, so he should have like led in that movie, and he's the rightful king of Wakanda. So we see the way he does things this episode, and we're gonna get into all of those spoilers and how this guy was playing chess and literally everybody else playing tic-tac-toe or something. I don't know. So he was so far ahead of everybody, and I love that from characters.
Already, man. So it sounds like you enjoyed yourself. That's what's up. Already. I love to hear it, man. Well, let me go ahead and get this other super chat right here from our man Eman's movie reviews. $20 super chat. What's going on? Hashtag yes. Hashtag recast T'Challa. Well, of course, I have your yes, right? And let me just go ahead and grab that real quick. Yeah, I love this guy. Yes! Yes! oh, my goodness. Yes. And there he is.
Yes. Y'all don't understand how much I love that clip. If you did not have that clip, I would steal that clip. I'm telling you.
Yes. That's what's up, man. Well, I'm glad I could put a smile on your face, man. And thank you for being here, my brother. Thank you for the super chat, my brother. You know, I like the t-shirt, the paraphernalia, all that good stuff. You know, y'all know this is E-Man right here with E-Man's movie reviews. This man is a genius when it comes to these movie reviews, theories, and all that good stuff. He just did a live. So after you watch this one, you go check out his replay, his hour and a half of him digging in deep. Yeah. Go check that out, man. His information is in the description box of this video as well. He is on my channel tab right here, top first row, top right corner. And so, my brother, again, thank you for being here, man. And I just passed the OneTakeBigDog on his general impressions of the show. He said that he enjoyed it. What was your general impressions of this episode 6 of What If? Let us know. Yeah.
So one take already went?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I mean, look, conflicted. You know, that was my general take with it. Was absolutely love this episode for Killmonger. Fantastic story for Killmonger, elevating this man to new levels of villainhood. You know what I'm saying? But I was conflicted because of Chadwick. You know, I was conflicted of the real life situation being forced into the fictional stuff. You know, like, here's the thing. If Chadwick had not passed away, I'd have zero problems with this. Like, zero conflict. But just the fact that they bringing in this real life situation, it's like, golly, like, I don't know. But Chadwick voiced it.
Mm-hmm.
I have to assume that he gave the green light to it. But I also have to think that my man thought he was going to make it to be in the actual movie. So that's why I say I'm conflicted. Like, my main fear, I don't want Marvel to sit here and take what they did or said. Like, don't put Chadwick's voice in the movie, because then you're going to make it seem as though he gave consent to that. For this episode, it makes sense because he recorded more. He has one more that he's going to record. But I was just conflicted. But overall, fantastic episode for the character of Killmonger. Definitely entertaining. My man was on prep time, you know, all day, you know, so I loved what it did for him, and some of the lessons that it taught.
Really? Well, that's what's up, my brother. I agree with some of that, and I'll give my opinion in a second. Before I do, let me just grab this other super chat real quick from Larry Adam for $5. I'm with you, big dog. I love this episode too. No bullshit. Did I say that correctly? Help me out if I didn't. But Thank you so much for the super chat, and here you go.
What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside. Okay.
Thank you, Larry Adam. I really do appreciate it. And before I give my opinion on this, let's go ahead and bring in my third guest to the show. That is our brother Elliot from Missouri with Movie Files. How are you doing, my brother? How are you doing?
Wakanda forever. What's going on, everybody?
What's going on,
How we
man?
doing, man? Good.
We
man.
doing good, man. We doing good. We doing good. Thank you for being here, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. This is the episode, man. You know, to bring us together to talk about a lot of stuff that went down in this episode for sure, man.
Yes, it was. And guys, again, his information is in the description box, and as well, he is on my channel tab real quick too. Let me grab this one right here. Buzz 703. This episode was dope. I want more. I do too, in a way, and I'm gonna get to that, Buzz. And thank you so much for the super chat, man. I really. Kind of got trigger happy right there, but thank you, Buzz. I do appreciate it. Elliot, tell us what your general. Thank you for being here, man, and tell us what your general impressions of the show was, of this episode.
Yeah, man. The excitement that One Take has, and a lot of people in the chat, I really enjoyed it for, you know, the narrative that was created for Killmonger, seeing the continuation from the Black Panther film, and just seeing just like everyone's playing checkers, he's playing chess, right? And just like the whole situation at hand, how he was, you know, always 10 steps ahead of people. But I'm totally with Eman, man. I said it in my review earlier that I felt like this was Marvel's kind of way of like easing the audience into what we're probably gonna see in the film next year. Again, we don't know what they're cooking up, but things are pointing towards, you know, killing off the character in next year's movie. But that was the one thing that was just like, something feel wrong about this, that they're just kind of again setting the stage for just like again letting the audience know, hey, let me just ease you guys into this because this is going to happen most likely the next year. But outside of that, man, I thought it was a really good episode. I did feel like T'Chaka just was a little bit, you know, letting Killmonger into the mix a little bit too easily. But of course, you know, they only got 30 minutes to play into the story, so there couldn't be that much conflict between, you know, should we trust him or not. But outside of that, man, I thought it was a really fantastic episode of What If. Already.
Well, thank you for that, sir. I enjoyed the episode myself overall. I kind of share some sentiments with Eman as far as I am conflicted as well, but not necessarily for the same reasons. Because while Elliot and Eman, while y'all do kind of share the same opinion as far as this is like a lead up to what they're going to do in the movie, I honestly didn't see it that way when I watched it the 2 times I did see it. But y'all do make good points. I thought it was a natural progression of the show. You know, maybe they had this written well before, you know, Chadwick's timing. Unfortunately, I could be wrong. I have no idea. But I just didn't see it that way. I did enjoy the arc for Killmonger. The action was great. I love seeing Angela Bassett come back as the queen and her on the battlefield beating ass and all that. I need to try to stop cussing so much, but I did enjoy that. But I'm conflicted, one, because while Killmonger was playing chess like Batman, I kind of felt a lot of it was just too easy, and I was just kind of saying to myself, come on now, y'all are smarter than this. But like you said, Elliot, this is only a 30-minute show, even less than that, so you know they can't stretch it out like a full-length feature. But I mean, I wasn't happy T'Challa died, but you know, I just didn't receive it as, you know, them trying to butter us up for Wakanda forever. But you know, that's why we're here, man, to talk about it and give our different opinions on everything. And so, if you want, let's go ahead and dive like into this. I just like the intro. One, we got this the Watcher. Every episode that comes out with now, he's revealing himself a bit more.
He get a tan?
He
get a tan?
Yeah.
My man been out in front of the sun a little too long. He got a tan. Look at him. Okay, Watu.
Yeah.
See you, bro.
Yeah. That's quite nice. You know, even in the Doctor Strange one, he was interacting with the characters, and he's not supposed to do that. You know, I wish I could do something, but you know, I wonder if he's gonna come back and you know, do that anymore. But to see that this is the very beginning of the MCU right here, you know, we all remember this from was it May or April of 2008, but then this character is introduced March of 2018, a 10-year gap, and just to see them together like this, I loved it. It's just it really gives new definition to what if, can happen in an alternate universe. All this right here, reminiscing on the past, even all the way up to Endgame. I liked all that. It was nice introduction to the episode. I was engaged from the very, very beginning. Even with the reveal of Obadiah Stane being, the nefarious reasons and all that stuff. But yeah, I love the intro. One Take Big Dog, break that down. If you feel the same, different, anything like that, let us know how you feel.
Yeah, because I was actually wondering, like, how were they gonna like introduce him into the story, and then they take the Iron Man route, which I thought was genius. It was kind of strange that he out there with he got an AK and he's still like shooting at tanks and everything else. So I said, all right, I'm gonna have to kind of lean off that a little bit. But and then I think the press conferences will really get you and just kind of like let you into like how good Killmonger was going to be throughout this episode when he got jeopardized. I think that's the moment where it's like, okay, yeah, this dude really has something planned, and he was going through so that's let you know like this is just the beginning stages. He had so many things like lined up throughout, kind of like shows out how good he really is and how much thought he had put into this plan.
All right, on Eman.
I need to stop. My man Derek Gaines is out here blessing the channel. You gotta.
Oh my!
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness!
We gotta.
My goodness!
My man coming through MVP style.
Yeah. Derek Gaines, $50 super chat.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
so much. I really do appreciate it. I wonder why Killmonger didn't kill the king since he killed T'Challa. How many more times will Killmonger play the villain? I was hoping he would be the hero. Plus, I wanted to show some love. Again, thank you for the super chat. I see where you're coming from. E-Man, go ahead and grab that if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, look, I've made my views very clear that I don't really want to see Killmonger be the hero. I think he is just fine being the villain. Only because it will become tiring if we keep on redeeming villains. Like, you ain't gonna have no villains left. Like, here's the thing. Marvel started off real cheesy by and this is a byproduct of the comics. People were just evil just to be evil. You had villains saying, I want to do evil things, mustache twirl. You know what I'm saying? That was cheesy. So they started giving us more complex villains, and that was great. We started falling in love with Loki's character. We loved, Thanos. We loved what Killmonger did. All these villains were cool because they were relatable, but they were still doing things in the wrong way. Killmonger is relatable, but he's going about it in a terrible way. I don't need to redeem him. Like, respect his wishes. That's what the man believed. That's what he died. That was literally his dying wish. Keep it that way. So I'm with that. Let villains be villains. Loki is the only one that maybe can be redeemed, but that's only because he was never really a villain. He was always, anti everything. But outside of that, I personally don't want to, and that's just because I think people just want Michael B. Jordan, and that's a different thing than wanting Killmonger to be a villain. Michael B. Jordan is cool. Killmonger is a villain. Let's separate the two. My opinion, though.
Right on. I appreciate that, my brother. Let me also go ahead and grab this other super chat from Famous J, $20. Thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate it. I see at the bottom you said go Martin, go. So here you go. Thank you. Have to show the love for this channel too. I fear the death of Chadwick Boseman and T'Challa is going to overshadow the whole Black Panther 2 storyline. We need to enjoy and celebrate both lives. I agree. Hashtag go Martin, go Martin. Yeah, Famous Jay. I see where you're coming from, and thank you so much for the super chat. I really do. We really do appreciate it. Elliot, jump on in here, man. You can comment on it if you want to, or just the intro of Killmonger saving Tony Stark's behind from getting blown up.
Yeah, man. The only thing that came to mind, this is coming to mind right now in regards to, so we're following the same MCU timeline. So this opening is in 2008, right? From the Iron Man time. So
I guess so.
Yeah, wouldn't Killmonger, if I'm basing on the MCU and Black Panther, he was born, he was probably 8 or 9 in 1992. And I'm just kind of timeline wise, he didn't seem like an early teens, early 20s type of character. He seemed like a much more, he seemed like the age of Killmonger and Black Panther. So I don't know if the time matches up as far as age goes. Him being a Navy SEAL, being all that at the age of 20.
I didn't think of none of that.
The only thing I would say is they would probably like, because the What If writers have taken creative liberties with these things.
Right.
My guess, just based off of what they've said in the past, they would just say that Tony would make this deal later. So maybe it's not 2008.
Right.
And he would just make the deal at a later time. So, but anyway, go on.
Gotcha.
My fault.
That was the only thing I was just like, man, time that doesn't, I don't know.
Right.
Like a kid. If he was that,
he should still be in school. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. But outside of that, it was pretty cool to kind of see him come into the mix, and obviously the 10 rings. And we just came off of Shang-Chi and just seeing that they're still kind of connecting tissues of that nature. And then just seeing Tony, who I am very advocate in saying this, that Tony is the best villain of phase 1, 2, 3, and 4. We see that in this episode, just from, he went on this path, and he could have went down an even darker path if Killmonger didn't kill him. But no, I thought the opening was again paying homage to Iron Man 1, where it all started, and then seeing Killmonger come into the mix and muck things up.
Right on. And I had a geek out moment kind of towards the beginning as well. And I'll get to that here in just a second. But even I'm gonna come to you. I love this. That they just I dumped everything online. Go Google it. And like I was like, that's dope. Yeah. And I'm just like, wow, this guy is a true Trojan horse, and Tony is just blind as a bat. Like I'm just like, come on, bro. Now we'll get to that, but we find out that the two smartest people in the episode is Pepper and Shuri. We'll definitely get to that. She's not buying none of this. Rhodey's up here drinking the Kool-Aid too. And she's like, hey, it gotta be something. And I got frustrated when I saw this scene, to be honest, which I'm just like, bro, you letting this dude into the castle, like what's going on? And he just falls into his plans. This is where Killmonger, he just starts moving that pawn out there on the chessboard. And this was the geek out moment right here when I saw these images like Gundam. They said Gundam. I was like, oh snap! I used to anime. I used to watch that. I used to watch that show. And this was I think we can all agree one of the better things in Iron Man 1 that made it so good was the montages of him tinkering with all the tech and trying to put stuff together. Yeah. So I was eating all this stuff. I was smiling ear to ear. All that good stuff, pulling out the vibranium ring and all that. Man, break that down, man. How did you feel about all that? Did it work for you? Did it not? Let us know.
Yeah, I mean, I think people have to also understand that, the character of Tony Stark that we're seeing here is definitely not the one that we've gotten in the MCU so far. This is a Tony Stark that is still arrogant, that is still oblivious to certain things. And if you really notice, he's still a drinker. Have y'all noticed, they gave that man some liquor, and that's not something that he, in the comics, he was an alcoholic. So I thought it was kind of interesting that they still gave him liquor in this one, because that was always a deep character flaw for him. Right. So I didn't have a problem too much with the level of how gullible he was. I mean, he could have died. Somebody saved his life, and he thinks he knows better. This is not the Tony that is taking the time to reflect and be humble and more observant and stuff like that. And he's not as paranoid either. This is he's grown in a very privileged, safe environment all his life. So it totally makes sense. I mean, look at Obadiah.
Good point.
Obadiah was he was, gonna turn on him too. So Tony Ben had people against him. He was always a dummy and oblivious to things. But I was with you on the geek out moment as well. I love the fact that Michael B just kind of dropped those little, Easter eggs in there. And that was just a personal touch, because he's on record saying he loves anime. Even his vest is inspired by Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. So that was just really cool little stuff to nerd out on.
Yes. Elliot, how you feeling about all that?
No, actually, hearing Eman talk about Tony accepting him and kind of the arrogance of it, I just thought about it too. In regards to Obadiah, you literally just found out that you're, this man that's just been in your life the whole time just betrayed you, and you're taking someone in right away. I don't know if this is like, I feel bad for Rhodey because he's like, hey, I thought I was a token black friend. But he's no longer, so Michael B. Jordan taking on that role. So, but no, either way, in regards to all the sequences there, I thought it was again pretty cool just to kind of see him get into the muck. And what I liked about that scene of like when he tells everyone in the audience about, here's Obadiah, he wants to kill you. I like that because that was almost very similar to Iron Man 1. I am Iron Man. He's taking that moment to kind of role reversal and say, this is the situation at hand to really make, obviously Tony get into the idea of it more. But again, I'm just like, damn, Tony, this man just betrayed you and you already taking in replacements. But again, and also I will say, the fact that this is the second episode in What If that they've canon-wise, they replaced Mark Ruffalo for Ed Norton in his Hulk movie, and they replaced, I guess officially, no more Terrence Howard. Don't even mention him in the MCU ever again because Don Cheadle has replaced that character. So that was funny. I thought Terrence was going to maybe have a little cameo.
That's the lost episode we need.
For real, man. OneTakeBigDog, how you feeling?
Listen, I've been on record to say I do not like Tony Stark. So any moment in which he's like getting played or messed over, I love it. And like, of course, we are being able to call me the king of anime. The anime moment for me was just one where you pause it and it's just like a parent looking at their kid score a touchdown. You just like, you did good. You did good. I'm proud of you. So that moment had me super excited. But like overall, I going back to like Pepper and like we get to Shuri in a minute, but like Pepper, you had to be like, there are so many people coming in this guy's life. I'm the only person who just kind of looking out, and like everybody else is just so openly free to this dude. But the great thing about Killmonger is the way he played it. Every time where it seemed like somebody was catching on, he agree with what they say and then just kind of like back off a little bit. Yeah. And then he'll wait till somebody else chime in. And then he'll go back with his original move. Was, I loved it. It was it was subtle. I loved it.
Manipulation.
Wow. Yeah. Good point. I feel you, man. I feel you. Yeah. So and so they're coming up with a plan, talking about, hey, let's get Rhodey here. Now he moving out his bishops and rook on the chessboard and all that. And then we're going back to Age of Ultron, the Savage Yard, and the African Coast. And I really like what's the dude that plays Claw? What's his name? Y'all help me out.
Andy Serkis.
Yeah, I like him, man. I do. I'm mad that they killed him in the real movie, but hey, it is what it is. But we got Rhodey here. I don't know why his eyes are so big. But he got that spear. They're going back and forth. He got all the vibranium right here, and then all of a sudden, he's like, hey, where you get that? And we got our boy T'Challa, Black Panther, coming through, wrecking shop. Such a beautiful shot right here. The way they slowed that down, I was like, I gotta include this in the recap right here. But it was nice. It was nice. It was nice. I mean, we all love this. I was surprised. I was wondering when they was going to bring out sound because we know that is like a weakness of vibranium. But I'm glad they did. To be honest with here's the death right here. He blames it on Rhodey. Rhodey dies. And there's the burial right here. There's T'Challa's dead body, and then it's like all over the news. I wanted more of a fight. T'Challa went down a little too easy for me. I'm like, damn. But Elliot, how did you feel?
Yeah, no, the same thing, man. I think that again, that goes back to just unfortunately the length of the episodes. You really couldn't have them because I thought when T'Challa was kind of pushing through the barrier, I thought it was going to be kind of a hand-to-hand combat moment, but they obviously that didn't happen. But again, the Killmonger thing, and that's what makes a villain a good villain. They're the heroes of their own story. Even with Rhodey, speaking some of the truth, man, in regards to a little bit of like being a part of the change, being a part of the system, and it's just again the Killmonger. He think he's so right. He's killing a black man. He's literally killing Rhodey in this moment as he's literally saying, it's kind of conflicting of a thing that Killmonger is doing at the moment, but. Again, I think there was a missed opportunity to have that hand-to-hand combat with Killmonger and his cousin at that moment. But yeah, seeing, obviously T'Challa Don in that moment too is just like, this is something that's not feeling right. This doesn't feel right.
All right. And even if they didn't do hand to hand, like just give me some more dialogue. You know, I mean, we got it at the end, but it was
right.
It was a little too late. You know, Lavery Adam, $10 super chat. Somebody mentioned it about the movie, and I saw it again in this episode. It bothered me that Shuri would seek help outside of Wakanda. I don't like the subtext of it. Well, you're saying you don't like the subtext of it. I see what you're saying, but they gave her a valid reason to do that because nobody was listening in Wakanda, and plus her and Pepper were on the same page, the wavelength. They both lost the person they loved the most, and they were both hip to the game. Nobody else was listening, and so. But I mean, I do see what you're saying as subtext, but I wasn't bothered by it. Any of y'all can respond to that if you want to. But One Take Big Dog, man, how'd you feel about that? That showdown with T'Challa and then the sound cannon claw, that good stuff, or bad stuff because of that. How'd you feel about it?
Yeah, first of all, Andy Serkis' claw is just amazing, and every time he's on screen, he just basically chews up the scenery. It's just a fun dude. He always got something funny to say. Quick whips. I always think that's pretty funny. What quips, I mean.
Yeah. He said, you can stick that on the pillow. You know, I laughed at that part.
Yeah. So the thing, I think the fight was kind of what I expected it to be. The only part, I agree with everybody on the panel, the part where like T'Challa dies, like I only watched the episode once. So I saw it and I was just like, that feels weird. Like you know it's coming. And I personally, I think it was already like in there, like before, the past and everything. But it's just like you still see it and you just like, man, something that just does not feel right, especially like with the real world events. But like his conversation with Rhodey and even T'Challa, like in Killmonger's mind, I'm doing this to serve a bigger purpose. And while it might not be right, the guy's pretty much a narcissist. So whatever he thinks he should do to serve this ultimate goal, he's gonna do it, regardless if he's hurting the same people he plans on protecting. And he even brings up like Rhoda's situation, like, dude, you're working with the people who oppressed us. So he's of this mindset where you pretty much can't tell him nothing, and everything he do is right, and he feel like he has the right motivations for it. So I ain't gonna say you understand where he's coming from. It doesn't make it right though.
Right on. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been quite a while, but I'm going to introduce my fourth guest to the show.
Please don't.
Perfect timing, perfect episode. Y'all already know who it is.
Damn it.
The living legend, Larry. What is going on, my brother? What's going on? Hey, how you doing?
The rightful ruler of Wakanda rises from the ashes like a phoenix.
Oh man, what an entrance!
There it is. There it is.
Man, he got the jersey on and everything. Man, this is perfect.
You guys made me have to put my jersey on backwards. Telling you had to see it.
Oh man. I'm up here sending somebody a text message right now with a link that's been asking, when is Larry coming back? He's here now, so tune in. What's
there
up,
it
my
is,
brother?
right there.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I had to pop in here. I was busy editing, but I was like, I had to pop in here because they're just slandering my man. We all know that Killmonger is not a villain. Okay. He is a liberator. He even named his weapon the Liberator. He is out there to free all of us oppressed people of the world. And you know what? You guys were asking about the combat. You wanted to see more fighting between him and T'Challa. Here's the thing. In the movie, it went down real quick because, Killmonger is just a superior fighter. He took out T'Challa real quick. So it makes perfect sense in this movie that he just takes him out even quicker because they had less time. So it's like T'Challa can't beat him anyways. Let's not waste time acting like he can. Let's just go ahead and take him out, be done with it. Hasta la bye-bye. Oh,
wow.
So did you enjoy the episode overall?
I did. This was probably my favorite. This is probably my favorite episode so far. So they've had some decent ones. but this one's definitely my favorite, no doubt.
Gotcha. So you don't have any reservations about T'Challa dying here, or do you agree, disagree with what we're on?
I mean,
How you feeling about
I
the
understand
death?
where you guys are coming from, but you know what? Here's the thing: is that real things happen in life, like death. I mean, it's a part of the living experience. You live and then you die, and as unfortunate as it is that somebody that is young and seemingly should be in the prime of their life dies, it happens, and I think personally, I think it's fine that they killed his character here. I think they'll bring T'Challa back. It may take a few years. It's only been a year since the man died. I think look back at some of the other times that people have been recast. It hasn't happened in a year's time. It's happened later. So I mean, I look at it now where if they already have the Wakanda series planned, they already have Wakanda Forever, the movie coming out. So I figure by the time they do those two and they start working on future future movies about Black Panther, enough time will pass where they can recast him and people will be okay and accept the different actors. So
right on,
it'll
right
happen.
on. Okay. Well said, my brother. Well said. And again, welcome. And thank you so much for being here, my brother.
Eman, you see that?
See what?
You see that?
See what? No,
Bow
hey,
down.
I got the
Bow down.
antivirus running, so it's like blocking your screen right now. So once it goes, I'll be able to see your picture in a second. So I'll get there in a second. I don't know what you're wearing or what you're talking about, but I'll get there in a second.
Right on. Well, let's go ahead and continue. And one take, I'm coming to you next, sir. And right out, they mad. They blaming Rhodey for the death, and that's horrible. And what is this? Thunderbolt Ross wanting to go to war. But Tony Stark is smarter than we think. We knew he was genius, but he's a super genius. He done put some super tracker bug surveillance device in Jarvis and figured it out. And I'm like, how in the hell is Tony gonna get out of here? And he's like, you ain't never lifted no finger, bro. You gonna be dead before the cops get here. Oh, well, I got the Liberator on there behind. I stopped myself from cussing. I'm proud of myself. But anyway, I was not expecting this. I was not expecting this death right here of Tony dying. That really did surprise me. I was like, oh, wow. Okay, they really took him out. And then your boy is coming back with the tan, looking at everything, and Pepper's upset. And like OneTakeBigDog was saying, well, yeah, we need to do this. He's sweet talking everybody and getting this war popped off, and then ends up getting his army, all of his drones, all of his robots, all of that good stuff, and then goes and kicks it with Claw. And so now, from this point right here all the way back to Tony figuring it out, we really found out what Killmonger's true motives are, who he really is. He was trying to infiltrate Wakanda in the movie and also in this show right here. So OneTakeBigDog, break it down, man. How'd you feel about all that?
It's just a different way they took him getting into Wakanda. The battle with Tony, I'm thinking to myself, Tony, you are a genius, but granted, Tony is out there liquor, so he might not have been thinking out clearly. The only thing you got to do, put yourself outside the room and then leave him in there. Like,
that's it.
Come on, like you left this man in here with a whole vibranium weapon. Like, do you not see this man? This man is jacked. Like, what are you doing, bro? Obviously, takes him down, which is an entertaining fight. And then nails Tony. Tony, we knew Tony was going. He had to go because Tony's a genius. If you don't get rid of Tony, everything that these robots that you made, the liberators that you've made, Tony's gonna find a way to like he said. Well, like he said later on in the episode, like a backup system. Tony probably would have had something like that prepared. But since you take out the head, everything else seems to fall. And then now you got the government in your hand. Of course, Pep was still a little skeptical, but y'all know how some people are. Like nobody paying attention to Pepper on that she was doing was sleeping with Tony. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. No offense to Pepper, but
she did more than that. But okay,
she's glorified secretary. But okay, and then we move on to him. We move on to him talking to Claw, and I actually thought they were going to do something different this time. I didn't know they was going to still take the route of killing Claw and have Killmonger basically like giving himself over. I thought it was going to be something maybe where you get Claude to invade Wakanda with the Liberators, and then you have him come through, and they be like, who is this? And then he gives them like where he come from and his backstory and stuff like that. But the way they went is still cool because I think it was an easier way and a quicker way.
Right on, Eman.
I mean, look, we also have to realize that like this Tony so early is not primed by paranoia, right? Like the reason why Tony is so dope to the point that we see him now, you know, like even going against Thanos. This is why he had so many mocks, Mach 1 to Mach 2 to Mach 50. It's because of his paranoia, and he would always learn from his mistakes and keep on doing upgrades and stuff. This Tony ain't got that. This is a very, very green Tony to the point where like he thought, you know, he could handle Killmonger. And on top of that, my man was loose on the goose. Like he was, you know, he was tripping on the Henny. So it's like my man was not making clear, good decisions from the jump. He was not ready for it. But what I like about all of this, especially for Killmonger, is the fact that this does emphasize his intellect. Because the thing is, even in the comics, Killmonger's primary purpose is to seek power. It doesn't matter how that happens, whether it's through brute force and throwing T'Challa over a waterfall, or if it's to manipulate people to become a unlawful ruler of Wakanda. So that's kind of like what they showed here. And I thought that it was very consistent with the character. And I liked what they did with it. I mean, Claw, yeah, I didn't really care if they killed him or not, just to be honest. I don't think Claw should have been a primary villain for T'Challa if we stick to the comics, but they didn't do that. Like they already wasted his character in that dynamic. So right now he's just a means to an end. So he's going to get used in the multiverse by Killmonger every single time as his entry key into Wakanda. So I was cool with it because again, at the end of the day, what you want to see in a Killmonger story is him using his intellect and his personality to get what he wants, and he did that here.
Right on. Where did it go? I had a super chat. Thank you, E-Man. Blur Forever, $20 super chat. Thank you so much. And I like the name Blur Forever. I think we all gonna be blurs forever.
What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside. Okay, I'll tell you.
We really do appreciate that. Thank you so much, Blur Forever, for that $20 super chat. Elliot,
that's 20 pounds. That's like $400.
20 pounds. Excuse me. Is it? That's not that much, is it? You tripping?
It's a bit more.
Oh, okay. Well, Blur Forever, thank you so much. We do appreciate it. Elliot, man, how you feeling about all that, man?
Yeah, I think this is what if it's telling Marvel fans, hey, Tony Stark is dead. This is the third episode. They killed the character. They're just letting the audience know this man is not coming back. We're gonna kill him again, just to reiterate that fact. But no, I'm totally with Big Dog in this moment. Why did Tony stand there to see him die? That's kind of silly. I guess his arrogance got the best of him because he underestimated Killmonger this entire episode in regards to just not thinking that he can go to that level and think he has everything under control. But Killmonger's showing him, I'm running this ship. I'm the captain now. So yeah, seeing him take out the Jarvis Liberator machine, it was his own machine. And I like the moment where he says he got a freestyle again, showing you kind of the swagger of Killmonger there. No pressure, I'll take this machine out pretty easily. I'm gonna take you out after that. So again, this kind of goes you again to shows he's 10 steps ahead, prepared for anything you throw at him, and he got the job done. He took out the villain of the MCU before he became the villain, which is Tony Stark and Iron Man. But no, I thought it was cool to see that. The only thing I did think that, again, it goes back to the runtime of this episode. The passing of Tony, like we didn't see, Pepper at that point. They weren't like a thing as we know them. They weren't like a couple at that point. But Happy didn't seem to be that. The emotions of people dying in this episode didn't seem to sit within the episode because again we're moving at such a breakneck pace in a 30-minute episode. So that was my only thing. I just want a little bit more simmer in the moment a little bit more with the deaths.
Right on, Larry.
Yeah, I a little bit what Elliot said. I mean, they've killed Iron Man or Tony Stark 2-3 times already in this series. I was like, how many more times they gonna kill him? Yep. But it was interesting that you know, it's interesting. There were a couple of things about this. They were sort of off a little bit. One of the things with this scene with Peppa, I was watching this with my first thing she says, why'd they make her so big? Like, what's her name? I forgot her name. The actress, she's tiny. You know, she's a very petite woman. Then you look on her in here, she looks kind of big. I mean, I don't mean big like she's fat, but she's like, if you look at her arms, she's like got tricep muscles flexing out the back, and she looks sort of like a little bit of a scaled down version of Captain Britain or whatever her name is, Captain Carter. You know, when she once she transformed and all that. So, yeah, I mean, I lost my train of thought. I don't remember what you were asking me about this part of the scene, so you have to tell me again.
Oh no, man! It was just Tony figuring out that T'Challa was behind it, the death of Tony, and just them going to war, and him getting all the drones and talking to Claw. That's all. But
yeah, one thing I did like about this scene, and Eman touched on it, where he was, we actually got to see Killmonger use his intelligence, because he has a degree from MIT. I mean, the dude finished Annapolis, and a year later went to MIT and finished in a year, and we really didn't get to see any of that in the movie, And I mean, if you read the comics, you get that and a whole bunch more everything because you're reading the comics. But I mean, we didn't see that in the movie at all. And so in the movie, he was really sort of, I mean, you could tell he was smart, but they didn't show that in a more sort of mechanical applied way. It was just sort of like playing chess through there. And we saw that as well, but we also got to see him actually tinkering with stuff, creating the Liberator. And so that part was really fun to see. And I don't know why Tony. Tony, I guess it's just because his arrogance. I guess it was like that once the scene when Peppa told him no, and he said, "Are you allowed to tell people in my tax bracket that?" It was just sort of his arrogance that did him in. Yeah. He was thinking, how could this dude from Oakland, who's a soldier, be on my level? He's like, he's cool because he's he's strong and he saved my life and all this, and he's cool to hang out with and drink liquor with and all that, and he's he can build stuff like I build stuff. But it was just he didn't get it in that scene. And at the end of there, when which I thought was the best line in this episode, is when Killmonger said, the difference between me and you is you don't see the difference between me and you. I was like, that is just so perfect right there.
Right. Good point. Good observation. Where did super chat go? Let me grab that real quick before I come back to Eman. Derek Gaines, $5. Will there be blood in the death scenes? I wish they were, whether it's in the show or the movies. But
we had blood last week, I'll tell you that. So
that's right. I forgot all about
bloody
that.
moments last week.
That was the zombie one, right?
Yeah. Derek, thank you so much for the super chat. I do appreciate it. Thank you. I think that's your second one today, but I appreciate it. And so after he does his thing with Claw, T'Challa kills him, and just like in the movie, and just like, hey, I got a gift. He goes all the way back to the throne room in Wakanda. And hold on 1 second. Where are we at? And in the movie, this was one of my favorite scenes. It didn't play out the same in the show, but we already saw that Pepper was one of the smartest people in the episode. But now Shuri is revealing herself. Like, why are we going to trust you? You're an outsider. We just met you yesterday. Y'all tripping. She looking like a boss right there. And, as a general, and they're going to war. And this is one of my criticisms right here that I'm going to give y'all, because y'all made us some great points. Like, why didn't Tony put himself out the room? I'm going to get into that. But, Papa or Baba is being naive. And just, I was scratching. I wanted to see a fight, y'all. I did, but I was just like, y'all are just too trusting, but they open the shields, they let them in. It looks beautiful, some nice shots, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's wonderful. They go to war. It looks beautiful. look at that. I just love the shots. You know what I'm saying? I love the contrast of all the colors. I like the swooshes and look at the. I like it all. What are vibranium rhinos? Did I get a picture of the vibranium? Damn, I didn't get a picture of the vibranium rhinos. But you gotta love that. Here's my criticism right here, and maybe y'all can help me out because this was badass. Now, would it have hurt them just to not open the shields at all and leave the robots out there and just chill? I mean, like, how could they have gotten in? Am I missing something? I'm not trying to be facetious. E-Man, you can help me out because I'm coming to you, but break down all of that. T'Challa going to back to what? Not T'Challa, excuse me. Killmonger going back to Wakanda, infiltrating, getting them to do the war and just to break down the whole fight. But I don't know why they could have just left the robot. They didn't have to open up the thing. They could have just, okay, we're gonna just chill and we're gonna chill in here at our house. Y'all can chill out there and not get in, and y'all battery's gonna run out. But I don't know, man. How'd you feel about all that?
So yeah, a couple of things. I mean, first of all, the fact that I think for King T'Chaka, the fact that he allowed him in, I think we have to also recognize the fact that, maybe in this universe, because they said that Killmonger said that his dad died of gang violence. I don't know if he was lying.
Right. I was thinking,
you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe he's lying and the gang was Wakanda. I don't know. But clearly he has some motivation against Wakanda, but he still wants to use Wakanda.
Right.
So, but whether that's here nor there, King T'Chaka, I think at this point is emotionally captive to the fact that, oh, this kid is still here. He came home. That's still my brother's child. My brother is dead. I just lost a son as well. So he's in like an emotional state where he's not probably making the best decisions, but he's also the king.
I was just about to say that.
When the king is saying like, yo, we going with this, then even when mama, want to say something, when Shuri want to say something, it's like, okay, I hear you, but I'm still the king, so it's kind of like, I think that's why Killmonger played on those sympathies, right? He played on those emotional chords. It's again another reason why he's a master. I mean, even in the movie, they talk about he's a master of like knowing how to overthrow governments. Mm-hmm. In order to overthrow governments, you have to know politics. In order to know politics, you have to understand human beings. He understood like, Wakanda been having their vibranium stolen by Claw. Let me bring you Claw. All right, cool. The US government or whoever is about to attack Wakanda. Let me try and gain y'all favor by acting like I'm going to fight with you. Keep in mind, it was Killmonger's plan to raise the shields, to let them in. He did that intentionally, just again, for his own benefit of letting them in, deactivating them, and then reactivating them. The only reason he reactivated them was so that he could go fight to show them, hey, I'm on your side. Yeah. So this is all part of his chess piece. I mean, yes, they could have just let them stay out there, but it was because of Killmonger's suggestion that it was kind of like, hey, we can end this quick if we just bring them in and deactivate them. So it's just more manipulation. It's more mind games. Because keep in mind, when he made that decision, King T'Chaka was like, okay, cool, go with it. So this is all just, hey, kudos to Killmonger. He did what he had to do. This is what his character needed to do. And at the end of the day, I mean, this is his story, right? Like everything has to kind of go his way because it is his story, whether it's good or bad. But yeah, this is just showing how manipulative he really can be.
Yeah, that makes sense as far as Killmonger's mindset. I just kind of wanted more like a line of dialogue too from Shuri or the Queen or T'Chaka. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would we do that? That don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. And I don't know if y'all have seen the Ultimate Avengers cartoon part 2, where they go to Wakanda. Like in their bases, they actually had cannons rise and fire like lasers or rocks or explosions. I'm thinking, like, y'all just need to be doing that or launching vibranium spears, which are already close for. Launch 1,000 spears at one time, lay them out. But anyway, Elliot, how you feel about this battle in Wakanda and T'Challa going in there and taking over and all? How you feel about all this?
Yeah, no, going back to what Eman said about T'Chaka, I was very curious in that relationship. Did he kill his brother? Was it gang related? Because if it was, him killing his brother, I would think that would have been more of a shocking, like, oh, well, he knows that, I thought, but I guess clearly, I guess maybe that didn't happen in this universe. That is, he was the result of his brother's death. But in regards to this sequence, man, I don't know if it's just me, but this action set piece was maybe just a little bit more cleaner than the actual live action, if I'm being honest, because that's one of the biggest flaws of Black Panther, where a lot of people go back to that third act as kind of being a CGI fest. But I thought, obviously this is animated, it's much different than live action, but I did have a little bit more of an entertainment, especially seeing the Queen on the field. Angela Bassett can kick some ass, man. So I hope that's something we can see maybe in Wakanda Forever. But neither here nor there. I think that the whole lifting of the force field kind of plays. I think this episode not only paid homage to Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, but also Infinity War. I think, as we saw, King T'Challa made the same choice in regards to, Cap came in there and suggested to put the armors up so they can kind of get him in. Because I guess in Infinity War, they were like wrecking shop outside of Wakanda. So I guess if they would have never let them in, they would have maybe caused some issues outside of the force field. So let's just bring them in. Okoye was like, we're going to take these out pretty easily. So I think they never really saw them as a threat. They're like little flies. Let them in. We can just squash them as soon as they come in there. So that was just my whole thought of why they let them in. But again, I thought the sequence was pretty cool, seeing that, again, Killmonger had the little switch to activate him and going on the field just to make it seem, again, to get T'Chaka on his side and even saving Okoye at one point. So this man had it all planned out. He had the from A to Z how it was going to work out, and it worked out to his benefit, man.
Right on, Larry.
Yeah, I think somebody in the comments had mentioned why hadn't he just killed the king, and I think as it's all part of his plan is he wanted the king to give him the herb, and we saw that devilish sort of sly look in his eye. When he said, let me be of service to you. And he's, and he accepted his offer. But as far as letting him into the, it just seemed like it seemed kind of obvious that he was going to let him in so that he can then save the day. So he can then further ingratiate himself with everyone. And, anybody at that point who was thinking about listening to Shuri or anyone else who had questions, they're going to be even that much more doubtful and say, nah, he was out there on the battlefield putting his life at risk with everyone else. He even saved Okoye. He was there back to back, taking these things down. And it would be real difficult for anyone to hear something else other than that. Even if Shuri comes back with proof and says, hey, the only thing that she may be able to come back with is video of him killing T'Challa. That might be it. Anything else other than that, they're going to say, well, he was out there. He wasn't with us then. He was doing something else. That's what he did. He was a merc or he was a Navy SEAL. Or he was whatever. And I think they'll let some of that go. I think the only thing that may bring them some pause is that he killed T'Challa, but I don't know what they're gonna do about that now because dude's got the herb. There it is.
There it is. I didn't see it at the end credits. Larry's name.
Oh man, don't check the credits. You might find my pen name.
That's funny. That's funny. OneTakeBigDog. Go ahead. My fault.
I did say though, and I don't know if we're quite there yet, but there was one thing I want to go backwards on a little bit, and that was when we saw how much vibranium that Claw had stolen. Like, we didn't really get an idea of how much he had stolen in the past, like with the movie. And now that we've seen how much he stole when there was like that warehouse full of it, it's like, from my understanding, vibranium has a unique signature, and I'm wondering why they couldn't track it, because there would be nothing else on the planet that's like it. And that much of it, they should be able to get. They should be able to find it. No.
That's a good point. Good point. I don't. Yeah, good point. One take, get in there. How'd you feel about all that?
I'm gonna go back to like when they was in there talking to King T'Chaka, and I personally, one of the reasons, because someone in the comments said like, well, the whole catalyst to why he did what he did because his father getting killed by King T'Chaka. But at the same time, he said his father was killed by gang violence. Now you can kind of look at it from either way. If his father did die from gang violence, and he knew this father was from Wakanda, and those people haven't done anything to like help people outside of Wakanda, that could still be a catalyst to why he would want to, try to liberate people. And then going to like the battle scene, well, before that, he let them in. I never even thought about it. I was kind of in like the moment. I was thinking like, well, we need a third act. So I know a big fight about to come. It is what it is.
That's funny.
You got to see some people throw it down. But the fight itself, I thought was just awesome. Like Elliot mentioned, though, I think all y'all kind of like talked about it a little bit. But Angela Bassett, that fight scene, I really want to see that in the movie now. Like I want to see her.
We have to.
Like, screaming Wakanda forever. But I will say one thing though. Michael B. Jordan's Wakanda Forever didn't work for me, man.
Bro. Oh man. Wakanda Forever.
And y'all the ones that want him to be the next Black Panther, please.
This is your king.
That was terrible.
Good point, bro.
Not the next, the current. He is the rightful ruler of Wakanda.
That's funny.
It completely took me out.
Bro, when he said that, I was like, y'all forgot to do a retake. Y'all did not let that man do a retake. He ain't have enough bass in his voice.
Oh man,
I'm like the Queen Mother out here getting me pumped, but this man just was like,
yeah. Man, I would have stopped fighting. Like, who is you, bro? Like, what is?
That's fun. I forgot about that. And good night, One Journey. That's funny. We almost hit the end, but super chat $10. I feel you, Avery, about the battle. I always felt like they wanted to show Wakanda being advanced technologically, but primitive in their state of mind. Clive even hinted that when he called them savages. I'm sick of him calling them that too. But I get it,
I mean, he's the bad guy. So
yeah, the white supremacists.
Did you catch him calling Killmonger boy? That's what I did.
Yeah.
You saw that look he gave him. He was like, "Oh, word? Oh, it's time. It's time.
Yeah.
You don't run your course."
But Lavery, thank you so much for the super chat. We do appreciate it. But yeah, guys, we're at the end now. We saw an epic battle, and all and her doing her thing, looking great and powerful and all that good stuff. But it's kings and queens now on the chessboard, and all of it is coming to an end. He finally gonna get what he wanted. Looking at the sunset, talking to T'Chaka, his uncle, talking about Boss and other stories from their fathers, etc. And I like Larry said, I'm here to serve you, and he got the herb. And I think right when I saw this scene right here, I was like, wait a minute, is he gonna talk to T'Challa? Are they gonna have a conversation on the plane? I wonder how this is gonna go. You know what I'm saying? And bam, we right here, man. And I'm T'Chaka, like, you a son of a gun. Was it worth it? And he tripping, and they talk it out, and I like the line from T'Challa, like, you feel like the cure for suffering is more human suffering, or something like that, and that really just cuts anybody's argument in half. It just eye for an eye, y'all get it. But yeah, and that just looks badass. It just does, even though that is Killmonger with the gold on, and we get this little sign up from Tony right here at the end. And we're seeing that Shuri and Pepper are the only smart ones. And right when we got this scene right here, the episode ended. I was like, wait a minute, I don't want to see more. Can we get a sequel to this episode? Because they talking about we're gonna get a season 2 of What If. And I think I asked you this email once, or I can't remember, but I was like, what if season 2 is a sequel to all of these episodes? But I don't know.
Maybe we don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. But I'm coming to you, Elliot. How did you feel? Oh, before I come to you, I just have to say another criticism of mine is I understand that Killmonger was playing chess and he wanted to do all this to steal Black Panther potion and all that, but all that was unnecessary. You could have just showed up to Wakanda and be like, hey, I'm home. And because T'Chaka didn't shun him. He welcomed him back in with no problem. You know, it should have also been a line of dialogue or two, like, wait a minute, you are the one that knew about what happened this whole time. You killed my daddy. Why didn't you come get me before? But that was kind of like a missed opportunity there. But you know, whatever it is, what it is. But yeah, coming back, I just had to say that was a criticism of mine. But coming to you, Ellie, man, how did you feel about this conclusion? The conversation on this beautiful cliff right here between uncle and nephew. You know, the confrontation or conversation between T'Challa and Jobu or N'Jaka, and then the ending with Shuri and Pepper. How'd you feel about it all?
Yeah, I think going back to just your last point, where I think this episode, I think in this universe, he did not kill his dad. I really do think, because it would have been a conversation at one point, even on the cliff. He would have been like, you know, it's crazy how the world, how this comes to be, you know, how everything me and your dad worked out, and your dad would have been proud of you at this moment. So I think he didn't kill his dad in this universe. But either way, in regards to the conclusion, I was, and I know again, 30 minutes, but I wish, you know, M'Baku could have made some type of appearance in this episode. It would have been kind of cool leading into this third act and kind of maybe revolting against this new king, you know, with without a challenge. You know, they didn't have challenge day for that. So I would have loved that, maybe seen M'Baku maybe come into the mix somehow, some way. But neither here nor there in regards to this final scene. You know, obviously the role reversal in Black Panther when he was on that cliff. That was his last days, or at least we assume it's his last days. But now seeing that he's very much alive in this moment here and being embraced by T'Chaka and getting the blessing of becoming the next Black Panther. So I thought that was pretty cool how they kind of switched that up, narratively speaking. But I think my favorite scene of the entire episode, it was quick, you know, but I think it was still held a lot of resonance in regards to T'Challa talking to, Killmonger. Was it worth it? And blood for blood, sacrificing, you know, suffering for more suffering. And he tells him, you know, whether it's on this plane or the human world, it's going to come back to bite you in the ass. So I love that kind of moment there that, you know, inevitably his ego, his vengeance, his road of vengeance, him, you know, chasing the throne will catch up to him. And I do think, to be honest with you, this story out of all of them, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if you all saw the mid sneak peek of season or the second half of the show. There's a quick shot of little Shuri and the Dora Milaje, you know, fighting someone. So I think we might get a continuation of this episode. Maybe not in its entirety and wrapping up everything, but I do think we'll get a continuation of that story, because also Killmonger's in that circle of the new Avengers with Gamora and Star-Lord and all that. So I think we're going to, and also Doctor Strange. So I think we're going to get a continuation of somewhat of how this is going to resolve itself. But I thought it was a really interesting conclusion to, a really interesting episode. So, yeah.
Gotcha. Larry.
Yeah, I have a couple of points on this. One, when he went on the plane and he spoke to T'Challa, I was sitting there like, you have to be kidding me, T'Challa, you arrogant little son of a gun. I'm like, he's up there talking about unearned power, always is volatile. And I'm like, you didn't earn jack. You're a prince. I was like, you come from a royal bloodline. This was handed down to you. You didn't earn jack. This dude was an orphan who found his way into the Naval Academy and then MIT and Special Forces. This dude earned every single lick of power that he has, and you want to try and lecture him on unearned power. This dude earned every ounce of power he has, and it's not going to be volatile. He was in complete control of every situation throughout this entire episode, and he's going to continue to be in control because his power is not going to be volatile because he's earned all of it. And maybe that's the reason why why T'Challa got taken out so quick, because he didn't earn it, and it was volatile for him because he had never earned it. He just was given to him. Here, you're the prince. Go take it.
He killed his own people.
You learned how to fight, and now you're good.
He murdered people. He murdered a lot of innocent people, though.
He killed people, and he killed people in his journey to get to where he is, so that he can become the king of Wakanda and liberate all of the oppressed people of the world. As I've said before, you want to make an omelet, you got to break some eggs.
Yeah, I'm not gonna break my cousin's egg, that didn't do anything to me. I mean, T'Challa's innocent, but it is.
T'Challa was coming for him. He was coming for him in that scene. So he just got. That's what it is. He got.
He hit him from behind. Okay.
I'll tell you, there was one thing I wanted to see in here, which we didn't get. I wanted to get the "Hey Auntie" line again. I was really hoping for that. We didn't get it, but I really wanted to see it. But I would even have been like happy with hey cousin talking to Shuri or something. So, but it is what it is. But he does need to kill Shuri. He needs to kill Shuri and Pepper. He needs to take them out. They gotta go.
Well, guys, we now know that if Larry wants his way, he will kill you to get it.
Right.
When you're at war, people there's gonna be some collateral damage and some collateral damage, and there's gonna be some strategic killing. There's gonna be some people that maybe you wouldn't kill on a normal Friday, but on that Saturday when you're at war, they gotta go.
War where? At Denny's for breakfast? How we get from omelets to war? What are you talking about?
And here's the thing. We know that the United States had just attacked Wakanda. So now that Shuri's hanging out in the US with Pepper, it's a perfect time for Killmonger to set up someone to kill her. And then they can just say, well, she was found out. The CIA must have done it, or somebody must have done it from there. But it must have been somebody in the US government just took her out. She should have never have been there.
Why are you okay?
And it will never come back on him. And he can take Pepper out as just, while they're out there at the same time. I don't know if they blow up a car or a restaurant or whatever. And then all that evidence that they supposedly have, gone. Just gone. Dude's safe and secure, and he can go on and take his throne and then liberate all the oppressed people of the world.
Oh, man. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Let me get a
Killmonger
super chat real quick. All right, my brother. Pound the pavement, $4.99 super chat. This is Larry's day. Yeah, let him have his day. I had to bring him on today. OneTakeBigDog, man, get in there, man. How'd you feel about this ending? Are you muted, bro? There you go.
There was another super chat if you wanted to grab before I start.
Oh, okay. Let me do that real quick. I think I see it. Maybe. Is it blurred forever? $10 pound. What are your top 5 what of episodes so far? What are 6 of them? So I have to list them all except for one. What was number 3? The Ant-Man one. I liked them all except for that one. So those are my top 5 right there.
I think that was the weakest one for me too.
Yeah, so that one with Ant-Man and Loki. Yeah, the
Doctor Strange one for me.
Really?
That was the weakest one for you?
Yeah.
Word? Wow.
That was like second for me. But
they're gonna focus more on Loki during that episode, I think.
But yeah, thank you, Blur, forever for the $10 super chat. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. One take, yeah, go ahead. One take. How you feel about the ending, sir?
Oh yeah. When you were mentioning earlier, like why he didn't just go to Wakanda and just tell him like, hey, I'm your nephew. He didn't know how to get there. So either way, he had to have Claw. So you have to, if you talking to Claw, who's already stole from Wakanda anyway, you might as well stretch him and then turn him in. So you know what I'm saying, you can have your plan go. And then while I don't completely agree with how Larry said it, like the concept of like getting rid of Pepper and Shuri, I even said it in my review. I'm like, you have to get rid of them. Like they're your biggest obstacles, and nobody's really listening to them. You get rid of them, like I'm not justifying like the guy killing kids, but like he's done. I mean, he's done worse. Like you might as well just like handle your business, and so you ain't have to worry about no backlash coming back on you. And
see?
As far as like him and King T'Chaka, I legitimately thought he was gonna like throw him off that cliff. But he didn't, so I'm
my God,
I'm cool with that.
I got mine's at.
I thought it was gonna happen.
Throw him off the
I thought he was gonna like basically check him about like, yo, what happened with my daddy? And then he was like, oh, I'm sorry. No, and he's gonna throw him off the cliff. I thought it was gonna happen, but luckily it didn't. And then we go into. I completely forgot that he was gonna go to the astral plane? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I completely forgot about that. But when T'Challa asked him, was it worth it? I kind of wish you'd have said, I don't know yet, because he's still kind of in the middle of his plan. His whole thing is to liberate people. And if he is successful in his plan, yeah, T'Challa, it was worth it. I did more than you. Like that's what's gonna be his mindset. once again, you can't necessarily justify it, but if he gets to the point to where these people are liberated, like the hell with what I had to do before. Look at the end, like the ends justify the means, and that's probably the way he gonna look at it. Now,
by any means necessary.
Y'all some evil mofos.
No,
I'm teasing.
Gotta go.
And then,
you know what? There was one thing that I want to mention right quick is that when you mentioned about going on that other plane, I just realized if you're a part of Challenge Day and you lose and somebody else kills you, you're gonna have to spend the rest of eternity chilling with that dude that killed you, because you're gonna be on the same plane chilling in that tree with him. I mean, that might make for an uncomfortable existence. I mean, yeah, I don't know if I want to hang out the dude that killed me forever.
I kind of wonder since you bring it up, we might get into this another time, but he did take the herb. So once like in the next movie, once the next person take the herb and they go to the planet, they're gonna see Killmonger there. Like that's
yeah, theoretically, yeah.
Yes,
yeah. But as far as like sequels go or like continuations, I was thinking about this earlier too, because I was thinking about the zombie episode, how that kind of like ended on a cliffhanger, and this one ends on a cliffhanger. So, but I also knew that we wanted to see more what if stories come next season. So I'm kind of wondering what they're gonna do. Are they gonna like continue with a couple of the ones that left out with like big cliffhangers, or just they'll give us all new stories?
I got you, man. Thank you, man. I have no idea. I don't know.
You think they're working on a Shang-Chi what if?
I mean, they announced last week that they're doing Black Widow, so I would imagine, chronologically, that would be probably the next move. Yeah.
Ooh, who's gonna voice her?
Some random woman.
Yeah, the same woman that voiced her in episode 3 when they were killing all the Avengers. She sounded pretty similar to Scarlett Johansson. So, yeah, she ain't coming back. She ain't coming. No.
E-Man, jump in here, man. How'd you feel about the ending, man? The conclusion and all that good stuff.
Well, first of all, let me reject any of that Anakin Darkseid killing of the kids nonsense that Larry
killing the young ones.
We do not need to go killing the young people, the young Wakandans. Okay. Sheesh. Golly, I can't believe we even got that far. No, but I mean, look, the most powerful scene for me was definitely Chadwick coming back, voicing that part at the end. And I do think that was, I wish that this was a conversation they had without killing him. I wish it would have been something where, they have this conversation, because that was the tension that was always intended in the first Black Panther movie. Nobody was really right? So like Killmonger was right in criticizing T'Challa for just standing by, having all that privilege, Black privilege in Wakanda, and not doing anything about all the oppression that's happened for centuries. But then again, T'Challa was right in criticizing Killmonger because he was going about it in terrible ways. And yes, his power was earned. And he stole it. He did not do it the right way. He did it in manipulative ways. And when T'Challa says power unearned can be a very volatile force, he's talking about Shuri. He's talking about Pepper. They are the the volatile source. And the thing is that yes, we could sit here and talk about suffering for more suffering, eye for an eye, and all that. But what T'Challa was really touching on was the basic concept of power corrupts, but absolute power corrupts absolutely. And that's what's going to happen to Killmonger in this case. He doesn't have to pay attention to Shuri and Pepper at this point because he's got the power. So because he has the power, it's going to blind him to, following through with his cause or whatever. And, they're going to throw a wrench in it, and some way, somehow, he's going to get tripped up. He's going, anyway, that's my little prediction for, a continuation, if that's the case. But that conversation to me was something that absolutely needed to be had. I just hate that they had to use T'Challa's death to have it. Like, I don't know. Y'all could have put him in another coma or something. I don't know. But other than that, I mean, like, I liked how they ended this. Definitely left us on a high note, wanting more. I mean, that's the sign of a good showman, right? That's a sign of a good show. You always leave them wanting more. And whether they continue it or not, I don't know. But I am happy that we got that. I'm happy that they got that conversation in, because it should be a reminder that, once again, Killmonger is a villain. He's not a good person. He's not someone we should look up to. He's not someone we should wear jerseys of, you know. I'm just messing with Larry. But you know, I mean, but you know, that's important, because even if the villain wins, the lesson is that they don't win long term. And I do like the fact that that's kind of echoed here through T'Challa, no less. But I don't know. Hopefully he meets Star-Lord T'Challa, and we know Star-Lord T'Challa can talk anybody off of anything. So that could be your redemption story right there.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right, my brother, and that concludes the episode right there, and we start getting the ending credits. So I think it's safe to say that we all enjoyed the episode overall. A few of us had a couple of criticisms, but I think Eman said it best. I think it leaves us wanting more. Was this everybody's favorite episode, or what was y'all's favorite so far? If y'all don't mind me
This
asking.
was my favorite.
Okay,
This
Larry.
was my favorite by far.
Yeah.
I don't believe you, Larry.
This was my favorite by far. I mean,
y'all let us know in the chat too, whether you're watching the via live or the replay, what your favorite episode is so far, and go ahead and give me those thumbs up too. We got 138 people watching, and I got 102 thumbs up, and so one take. What's your favorite so far, man?
Mine is definitely this one. I just like when the antagonists get over on everybody else. I'm not really for like the whole superhero junk. I like the antagonist most of the time.
I gotcha. Elliot?
I'm a horror fan, so that zombie episode last week was everything. Everything. And the blood, seeing Bucky chop Cap in half and seeing Falcon get split in half. I was all for it last week, so I love that.
That was good.
It's hard for me. I got to think about it. Hey man, I'm tripping. What's yours?
Oh, I mean, I look. I think the dopest episode was definitely four, the Doctor Strange one. But
Strange, yeah.
My favorite is episode 2 with T'Challa, just because it proved how important T'Challa is on an intergalactic level, and it also proved that he doesn't need the mantle to be important. And I love the fact that they emphasize that. And I like the fact that that episode meant a lot to Chadwick. He wanted to see, he wanted Black kids to see that T'Challa, even without the mantle, could be just as important as Thor, Hulk, and all of them. So for me, that had a lot of sentimental value. So I appreciated that the most.
Right on. Yeah, my favorite two are the first 2 episodes. Probably part 2 more just because of T'Challa, but I really was feeling the first episode, seeing Peggy kick ass. That's
good.
just me.
It was good.
So that's what's up right there, guys. Let us know.
Have a problem? I'm sorry. Did you not have a problem with the first episode with a British spy stealing the U.S.'s most advanced military technology?
Given the circumstances, no.
They were the
She
Allied
just
powers.
stole it.
They were the Allied powers against Nazis. It was fine.
Yeah.
She still stole it. We're not sharing our most intimate details with our allies. We literally just this week cut a deal to share submarine technology with the UK and Australia. Just this week.
I'm cool
So
with
we
it.
don't share everything.
I wasn't tripping.
I think they had a common enemy back then, and it was a world war. I don't think they was tripping that much.
But guys, again, thank y'all so much for tuning in. That will conclude the What If episode 6 if Killmonger rescued Tony Stark. And I want to thank all of my guests for being here. I really do appreciate it. And we had an hour and 26 minutes. So I want to respect their time. I do have one topic that I'm gonna go over myself. If y'all want to stay, that's great. If not, if you got to bounce, I understand that as well. It's just one topic that dropped today about the Bodyguard remake. Anybody got to go? Anybody stand going? Anybody got to bounce? Going once, going twice. Okay.
I feel like it can't take too long.
Okay. Well, cool. Well, let's go ahead and switch this over real quick, man. And so I got this report right here from Variety. I haven't even read this, but it says Whitney Houston's The Bodyguard gets a remake at Warner Brothers, written by Tony nominee Matthew Lopez, and they have the exclusive. Matthew Lopez, a Tony-nominated playwright of the Inheritance. How you say that? The
Inheritance.
Damn, y'all.
It's getting late. It's all right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's
It
crazy.
happens.
That's embarrassing. The playwright The Inheritance has been hired to write a reimagining of the iconic Whitney Houston film The Bodyguard at Warner Brothers. The new movie will be inspired by the 1992 romantic drama which starred Houston and Kevin Costner. The original grossed more than $400 million at the worldwide box office and has what is considered the best-selling movie soundtrack of all time, with several chart-topping original songs from Houston. Lawrence Kasdan and Kasdan Pictures and Dan Lin of Jonathan Elridge of Rideback are producing the next film. Rideback's Nick Reynolds will executive produce. Kasdan was the writer-producer of the original. Lin has been attached to the property since 2011, which has seen delirious speculation over the potential lead cast for years. Combos from Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson to Channing Tatum and Cardi B have been floated. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Oh,
I actually don't like. I actually don't. I'm not against the whole Cardi B and Channing Tatum thing. I actually
I am.
see that work.
I am.
No.
I am.
I don't, yeah, man. No cast has been set for Lopez's script at this stage. Is there a quote anywhere in this? Because I don't want to read this whole thing. Is there a quote?
Oh my
The
God.
Whipping Man somewhere sending us this.
I thought that was a joke.
Yeah, they serious, y'all.
No, like I legit like when I saw the news story, I legit was like, man, it'd be so funny if they just threw Cardi B in there blah blah blah. I did not even think it would actually be something casually tossed in. Like, yeah, maybe. No. Oh my God.
Yeah, hold on.
I like her.
Hold on, real quick, Larry. Because this is still on What If. Pound the Pavement 49 Super Chat. Wait, what was the best kill and What If series so far? Falcon getting split in half to me. But thank you for the super chat. Y'all want to chime in on that real quick?
Yeah. Who wants to go?
Cap. Split in half Cap.
Gotcha.
I say Doctor Strange killing the whole universe.
Yeah, a lot of casualties. Yeah, a lot of deaths. A lot of deaths.
Right on. What Pound the Pavement
involved in that too. I'm just put that out there.
This is true.
I'm gonna say it was Tony Stark with Killmonger when he said, I was really hoping you wouldn't make the cut. And then he killed him and pulled out his knife and that was dope.
Right on. Well, Pound the Pavement, thank you so much for the super chat. We really do appreciate it. Thank you. But Eman, go ahead, man, about your excitement for this Whitney Houston.
Stop it. No, I'm not. I don't. To be honest, I can still watch the old movie. It'll be still fine. I mean, I just read this like a couple hours ago. I'm still kind of thinking like, I mean, has enough time gone by? The real question is like, if you make a remake, can you make it for a new generation? Because what's that movie with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper?
A Star is Born.
A Star is Born.
That was a remake.
That movie has been
7
remade
times,
multiple times, and I didn't know that. I had no idea. I walked into this movie, like the Lady Gaga Cooper movie, and I thought it was phenomenal. It was a beautiful movie. Yeah. And once I learned that it was remade over and over again, I started learning how like people who had seen it like in the 60s and and all that, they fell in love with that version and that version. So I'm like, if you can tap into that level where you can make it more modern, you can do something else with it, but keep the essence, maybe. But if you throw Cardi B in there and Channing Tatum, I don't want no piece of that, like whatsoever, like at all. Don't care, don't want it. So
I got you.
This right now, it's a pass for me. Right now,
I got you. One sec, how you feeling about this?
Oh no, you I just want to be a part of this. I ain't seen no real. That's all. I just want to be a part of it, everybody. You can go to the next person.
Okay. Elliot, how you feeling about this remake, man?
Did I mistake? Did you say Lawrence Kasdan was a part of this from Star Wars? wrote Star Wars films with George Lucas and
Lawrence
Solo.
Lawrence Kasdan of Kasdan Pictures.
That's that's interesting. But I'm trying to think because the so this film came out in 92, right? Early 90s. And that was obviously Whitney was super extremely worldwide known. And Kevin Costner was a pretty big movie star in that time. So I don't know who is the equivalent nature of the pseudo characters in this generation in regards to a leading man or role reversals of the sorts, if they want to do that. But I don't know who would be
female bodyguard.
Well, yeah, I don't know if that would be the appeal there, but I don't know
Beyonce?
But she would have to be able to act. I mean, that's the
They're not bad. She ain't trash though.
No. I'm just saying to carry a movie.
Yeah.
If she was a side character, sure, but to carry it, she's
saying.
had her chances. I'm just saying she ain't.
I like them. I like her movie with Idris. I still like. I defend that movie with Idris.
Obsessed was that the
I like that movie, bro.
Hey, speaking of Idris the bodyguard, and
what's up, Eman?
I mean, Idris. Okay, I mean, look, Idris could do it. He could do it. I'm gonna need somebody else besides Beyonce. Oh, you know who? No, old girl from Billie Holiday. Who did the Billie Holiday movie? Audrey Day.
I didn't see that, but
Audrey Day.
Okay.
And Idris Elba. Let's go.
Or Idris Elba and my girl from Loki. Gugu
Mbatha-Raw. Yeah, I can dig it. Y'all let us know.
I just know Audrey can sing, so I actually want someone who can sing.
Right.
So I don't know if they still want to do the interracial thing. Maybe I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know if y'all watch Power, but Zia talking about the jukebox actress. She's 20 years old too, so she's beautiful as well. So,
but is that going to get you the box office?
That's true.
Is that going to get people to the because Whitney, like you said earlier, Whitney was a big name in the 90s. That she was on the high. Kevin Costner, he was on the high. So
I think you need a big singer in there.
Oh my God,
I'll tell you who I would like to see. I would be okay with Cardi B and Channing Tatum because for some reason, whenever I see Cardi B, first of all, she's entertaining as all get out of here. People don't like her, but she's entertaining. And somehow Cardi B always seems to rise to the occasion. Whatever she gets involved with, she always seems to rise to the occasion. And I like that about her a lot.
Right.
Can she act?
You are right. No, you are right. Because she did raise Fast and the Furious 9 to new levels. I think because of that, that's the only reason they even made money.
Oh, well, speaking of that, Vin Diesel, Cardi B. Let's make it
Vin Diesel,
Vin Diesel elevates everybody.
Vin Diesel. We got two pairs now. We got Idris with either Gugu Mbatha-Raw or the lady from I forgot the name of that show, and then we got The Rock and Cardi B, or Famous J talking about Alicia Keys. Can y'all see Alicia Keys?
I don't think she want to act. I don't think she want to act.
I'll tell you who could do it. I'll tell you the perfect pairing. This will cover all the bases. It'll make all the Hollywood groups happy.
Oh boy,
Chris Hemsworth and Lil Nas X.
Come on, bro. Shut up.
There it is, right there.
All right, y'all.
Right
Thank y'all
there.
for being here tonight.
Chris
You know what I'm
Hemsworth.
saying? I appreciate it. Eman, what you got going on your channel, bro?
Not watching that. Not watching whatever Larry putting out.
Why?
I know that much.
That would not be entertaining.
Not watching that. You might as well
kill it, bro.
You might as
Are
well
you
have
not
said
entertained?
I was surprised Larry didn't say Michael B. Jordan.
And Lizzo. You should have said Chris Evans and Lizzo.
And
maybe you would have had me there.
That.
Maybe you would have had me there.
I think you wanted a piece of that.
No.
Weren't they going back and forth on Twitter?
Man, look,
I was finna be serious, bro. You do it like because Famous. I like this. Hold on, Alicia Keys' comment. I like that.
I don't.
No, remember, listen to a comment from John Wick 2. He can do that.
I know Common's decent. I'm not paying money for that. I'm just not paying money for that. That's all.
All right.
So, but anyway, man, look,
Little Nas X and
Thor
and Chris Hemsworth.
Wow.
There you go.
I got a Friday. My live chat
sweeps him off his feet, carries.
No, Larry. Friday, come and check out my stuff.
I was trying to keep a straight face. Man.
No. I'm trying to wrap
But it
up
would
so
be
Brandon can
good.
go. I'm trying to wrap
I'm
up so
sleepy,
Brandon
man.
can go.
I can't even read Inheritance right, bro.
There you go.
We gotta
There
go
you
to
go.
bed.
I know it's past everybody's bedtime. It's definitely past Larry's bedtime. Fridays, I got my live chat. We probably gonna talk about this nonsense too. So yes, Friday we're gonna do the news recap of the week. So make sure you subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. We gonna talk about all that, and then next Wednesday we're gonna do another what if, and maybe I'll throw something else in the middle of there. So I don't know.
Can Journey Smollett sing?
Actually, she
can.
can. She
Mhm.
can actually.
Mhm.
You know what?
Mhm.
That
You
would be
know
a good
what?
look.
I would not be mad at that.
I get a reunion from Lovecraft. Get
Let me tell you something.
Jonathan Majors.
Journey and Jonathan. Let me
Ah.
tell you.
Yeah.
What
Line
about
me up
Jennifer
with
Hudson?
anything, Journey, and I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Hold on. Pound the pavement. Hold on. Pound the pavement. Hold on.
What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside.
You keep giving them, so I had to hook you up with a video. Thank you, man. I appreciate that 199 super chat. Yeah, we talked about Google and Bathara. That would be dope. Before you close out one take, it was 2 more comments. Somebody said Holly Berry. I'm not mad at it. Jennifer Hudson. Me and Miss Cantu can't make it happen, but Jennifer Hudson. Oh, and they said no Jennifer Hudson, but somebody else. But anyway, Megan Thee Stallion and John Cena. No, sorry, I'm not gonna do that.
Do y'all want a comedy? Like,
Right, pretty much.
That's funny.
But you know, that could be a good role for John Cena because he doesn't have to speak much.
He would still have to act.
So, but one take. What you got going on your channel, bro?
I'm finishing up the final season of Lucifer. That review will be up this week, and Sex Education season 3, and and just like the normal stuff. My Hero Academia on Saturday, C on Friday. And Titans episode.
I gotta start watching that.
Yeah, and this season it's been kind of up and down, but like mainly up because like Red Hood's been like killing it. So yeah, I got my review for that. The newest episode, which drops in a couple of hours, matter of fact. Yeah.
Already. Elliot, what you got going on your channel, sir?
Yeah, man. Brandon, as you know, man, it's always a pleasure being on this incredible panel. Nothing but great times, great laughs, great discussions as always. So I appreciate you guys. Content this week, man. I think One Take mentioned it. Sex Education, big fan of that show coming on Friday. Excited for that. Horror fans, we got American Horror Story tomorrow. And that's about it. And also, One Take mentioned C, which is C is awesome. I love that show so much. It's so underrated. Such a good show. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else? I don't know if you guys watched the morning show on Apple TV Plus, but that's coming back for season 2, which I really enjoyed. And next week, man, for my DC fans, we got Doom Patrol season 3 coming back in the mix, which I'm excited for. So yeah, man, it's gonna be a good week. Good week coming.
Elliot, we gotta link up for the Doom Patrol, man.
Man. Yeah, I love me some Doom Patrol. I love it.
Already. Famous J, 199 super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. You just said, remember the end of Smoking Aces, Alicia Keys and Common was fire seen together. I have to agree with that, man. I have to agree. And because I agree so much, you're gonna get the I would not be opposed to that. So thank you so much for the super chat, Famous J. All right, guys, and last but not least, Larry done popped up and surprised us all for his special Killmonger show. That's what's up, man. Well, you is very entertaining tonight. Thank you for being here. And what do you have going on your channel, sir?
I have a lot of tech going. I've been busy just putting stuff out there. I have a whole big old box full of microphones that a company sent me, and they were nice enough to send me 2 of everything. So I have some giveaways that are going to be coming up. I have the new Z Fold, the Galaxy Z Fold 3. So I'm going to be doing some reviews of this phone, some more stuff with this, and some bunch of cases. New iPhones came out, so I'll be getting a new iPhone soon and reviewing that. Also, there is a lot of people have been asking me how they can watch some local channels and watch football, especially because Lowcast went down about a week ago. And so I've been putting out a number of videos showing you how you can actually watch football legally and not the bootleg stuff. There's a lot of ways you can get it, like the NFL app, Yahoo app. You can actually watch some games on YouTube. There's a number of apps for both Android and iOS that you can get. So check my channel out. I probably have done 2 or 3 different videos recently. That's one, how you can watch college football. That's on YouTube. So if you're looking for that stuff, there's plenty of content up there helping you get it absolutely free.
Cool. Well, thank you, my brother. What I have is, this will be posted. I got my short video that I haven't posted yet of this coming up. My Hawkeye trailer reaction and Matrix trailer reaction is recorded. I just got to upload it as well. I'll be going live again Sunday, 6:30 p.m. CST. Also going live with Miss Cantu Sunday, 2 p.m. CST for episode 9 of Raising Canaan. I'm excited because I just updated my internet to stream in 4 and 8K, and as soon as my modem gets here in a day or two, my internet will be much faster. So I'm getting closer to have better streams for you guys. It's quite expensive, but I'm doing it for you. But that's it on my channel. And again, guys, I want to thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you love what everybody had to say, you can follow them on social media. Our handles are up on the screen. There's a link to everybody's information down in the description box. And like always, you can head over to my channel tab, and then there is the fam right there. And I might be back for next week for episode 7 of What If. I don't know what it's going to cover, but I have fun with this one. So we may be doing this again. And let me know in the chat and replay if y'all like this time. 9 p.m. CST. Elliot got the 6 p.m. locked up. Eman got 7. Lamont got 8 p.m. And this may be a new thing for me for 9 p.m. So y'all just let me know if this works for y'all. But guys, again, I want to thank all of you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that I'm B. Avery. That's OneTakeBigDog, Eman, Ellie, and Larry. And that's just our opinion. Peace out. And we'll see y'all next time.